except when she gives you like different or a very loose outfit. It's simply from how the tape is being opened and tightened. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Now, I will measure fitted measurement on EP. Then, for you to have the bust as the number one, right?
Yes.
You can read it. So now, learn how to measure the bust. Done right. This one is calculated. Or the seen and understood. Now, also before I go ahead to measure the bust, there is also a pending danger or issue of make you no go touch what you no supposed to touch and person go slap you. So now, always stay by the side to take the reading. Now you might be doing it without any bad intention, but someone else might be seeing you like you have something in mind. So always have in mind that there are professional measures you should take while you do everything you are doing to avoid things that touch the hand. So now you pass your tape with your right hand from the left armhole. Use your left to pick up the tape from the back, then tighten the tape on the bust region this way. The tape, please watch, must lap on the armpit and then lap through this form. It will lap on the most bulging part of her bust and not lapping below her bust. It must lap at the bulging part of her bust, and the tape must touch the shoulder blade at the back this way. The tape must be touching the shoulder blade at the back here. Are we together?
Yeah.
Because the bust is a complete circumference of both the bust and the shoulder blade. Are we there?
Yes,
Fine.
yes.
So once you measure properly that way, so the bust reading will be taken from the point where the metal head and should be so free, standing as long as I take the measurement. But if I'm in front, some people might not be comfortable.
Yeah.
Are we there? Fine. So now the under bust here I have it at 6. For a pen, bear in mind that one finger must be inside the tape. One finger must be inside.
Are you seeing
so that you can join in, start from. If a cloth has to get peplon or down part of the outfit, maybe up is fitted and down is flayed, the joining area. Now this is the point where most people will tell you to tighten it because the want is not the hip. The hip is the side bulge of the body. The back is the buttocks. The hip is the side bulge. Now the curvy part of a lady, the size is the hip, the real hip, while the back is the buttocks. So in taking the hip measurement, the tape will touch the hip and the buttocks in a circular form. Are we together? Yes. Now, for you to measure her hip, you must pass the tape as well from this way. Then make sure that you're using your eye, don't touch. Use your eye to get the most bulging part of the side, right?
Yeah.
Now, make sure that the tape is touching the most bulging part as well of the The tape must also touch the most bulging part of the buttocks. Are we together?
Yes,
so the
sir.
circumference of that point is your hip measurement. Are we there?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Sorry, turn like this. From the center of her neck, half of this point is called half back. And that means if you want to get a full shoulder, you have to multiply the value you got here into 2 to get the total distance here. So if you are measuring shoulder, you must start from the bone on her sleeve here and cross to the neck region to the other bone. And your tape should lap in this form and not like this. Shoulder must lap in this form and not like this. Are we there? Fine. Now, after you take the shoulder measurement, the next stone, two flamboyant styles that will step up the cloth. That from afar, you wouldn't know that this fabric is a low quality. You would think it's a very expensive material. Are we together? So some customers prefer having such cloths, while some will prefer to have an expensive high target that they won't need to do much, just small peplon, fitted in place. Are we together? Fine. Now, I'll give you a story that will pick you. He can even choose to the color of thread he will use to say for him. Like when he comes to draw the cloth, he will check the threading that he used. The straight lines, the curvy lines, and the one that are not good. And there was a time I made the cloth for him, I bought bottles from him, the regular bottles we buy in the market. He said he doesn't like the bottles, that they are cheap bottles. I said, okay, I should go and buy another picky. I won't have the strength to start using the buttons and put again. So he will come and pick the one he wants. So now, the minute he came, I gave him the button to pick. He started laughing. He said, this guy, you're funny. I said, yes, because to make you use your hand, choose. Now, when you have given them, I have understood that his taste is different from mine, so I will give him the option to choose what he wants, to save him time and stress. Here is the inches side. This first area is called the inches. The bigger readings, the bigger measurements are here are in inches, while at the back is in cm. Are we together? Yes. The standard measurement for Tailoring Nigeria, we use inches in reading. People in Canada, Ghana, Australia, US use cm. That is why their measurements are always kind of in a big form. For example, you have seen shoe size. From this metal edge, we have 0. Then 1 is boldly written here, right? Now, in between 0 and 1, you have half, right? Fine. Now, let's take this our side as at the reading of the tape. This first line here, let's say 0 is the mark, right? And let's take this other line as 1, right? Now, in between 1 and 0, right? Fine. That means this one is half, the 0.5. Yes. Now, the center of the distance. Are we together? Fine. Then from 0 to half, you have 1/4. From 0 to half, you have 1/4. That's 1/4. That's half of half. Are we together? From 0 to half, you have 1/4. That's half of half. 1/4 is 1/4, which is 0.25. Sure you know, right? Then half is 1/2 now, which is 1/4. Then before you get to half, then after half, you will get 3/4 before you get 1. Are we together? So from 0, you have 0 mark, you have 1/4 at the middle of between 0 and half. After the 1/4, you have half. After half, you have 3/4. After 3/4, you have 1. Are we following? Fine. That means let's read from 1 to 5 to see how it's being read. So let's look at this. 0, 0, you have 2 3/4, 3, 3 1/4, 3 and half, 3 3/4, 4, 4 1/4, 4 and half, 4 3/4, 5. That's how the table is being read. You understand? So you read 0 first, 1/4, half, on the bust. B-U-S-T. Bust. B-U-S-T. Not B-U-R-S-T. The B-U-R-S-T means to bust something. But the butt of a lady is B-U-S-T. If you want to put arrow, that means you have bust that thing. Like you have bread. Number 3 is the shape. Shape. S-H-A-P-E. S-H-A-P-E. The shape. Shape. Number 3. Number 4 is the west. W-A-I-S-T. W-A-I-S-T. The west. The next we have is the hip. Her bust this way, round of her bust. The tape will be tightened this way. I will take the value of 37 as her bust circumference, right? Okay. I now measure after the 37, right slash. Then the value I will have here is 11. That the bust is maximum at point 11. I will now put 37 slash 11. I will measure 11 first and then put 37 on that line. It will give her maybe longer frame. It will fit the person. Because it also has shoulder to bust that was used to cut that cloth. Are we together? Yes. Fine. So the same thing applicable on under bust. After measuring her under bust, this is where you have the under bust here, right under of her bust. Then I also measure shoulder to the under bust. It means that at point 14 and a half, her under bust went in. Are we together? Yes. Shape as well has a slash. Shape is the navel, the forming area, right? So from her after measuring her shape this way, this is her shape, her navel, right? I'll also measure her shoulder to shape. But in taking this measurement, I will make sure that the tape is flapping underneath her bust while I take the middle of the shape by going through this process. This measurement is not correct. It's hanging. It did not coil to get the full distance from here to this point. You are jumping some steps. So the tape needs to coil inside to lap underneath her bust. So you take the reading of her navel of 17.5. Are we together? The same thing applicable on the hip. Right? Now, I'm trying to explain to you why you should have two values in all of these areas. Are we together? Fine. Thank you. Enter and gums, right? If the stretching lengthwards, you will have to wear it. So the stretchiness must be on the width wall. So the first step on cutting is to check the material texture. Is it stretchy on width or on the length side? You take the part that stretches more. Here is the front of the cloth. The back is after the front. I will mark the back. Right? Now I will measure her shoulder to bust, which was 11. From here now, I will measure 11. That is her shoulder, a chop here like this. I'll measure her shoulder to under bust, 14.5. That from her shoulder to under the bust, 14.5. From her shoulder to her shape, and 17. That her 3 lines from her body, the bust, the under bust, and the shape. I will mark 3 lines here like this, right? After the marking, I will now apply her bust measurement on the level mark, which is at 37 by 4. Are you together? Under bust 2. That's why it's by 4. Both the bust, the under bust, the shape, the waist, and the hip are the same nature of cutting. Are you together?
Not that you're doing the 4 at once.
No, you cut the front first, 2. Then place and record the back, 2. That's 4. So whatever you do on the bust, you do on the under bust, you do on the shape, you do on the waist and the hip. If she was making a gown, a short length gown, and maybe her length is 40, right? Let's say for 40. I will fold this cloth in line with her hip circumference. Her hip is the maximum part of her body. The hip is the maximum part of her body. Now this cloth, I will have 12 inches folded, covered. Then I will arrange the fabric to be very well. Then from here, I will measure shoulder to bust 11. I will make a chop, which is, let's say, 37. I will mark this way. Add extra inch of 1.5 or 2 for inseam allowance. I will now measure under bust, let's say 28 by 4, 7. I will mark 7 this way, plus 1.5 or 2. Her shape, let's say 30 by 4, 7.5. I will mark 7.5 plus extra allowance. Her hip, let's say 42, 10.5. I'll mark her. Yes. It's not wide. It's not showing his color of the bone, right? Yes. That's the neck of the width of the neck, this way, right? And then the neck depth is not dropping. It's flapping, or not to inconvenience him, right? Yes. You understood that one, right? Yes. Fine. Yes. Now, if you observe, this arm is the armhole. So now, the reason I gave you that 3 words, the crotch, armhole, and what he wants for the female, both for the male as well. Then he will state that he wants fitted, free or loose outfit. Now, don't assume because he's a young man, he might not like fitted. You have to measure, right? And for the top, they are 6 in number. For the trousers, they are also 6 in number. So you see why those lectures were important, right? Fine. To measure, the first point we will measure is the chest. Now, bear in mind that I have a reason why I listed those things in accordance that way. Anyone you interchange, you are seeing that my other has a body, he has chest. So your tape must lap on the most protruding part of his chest to get the fullness of the chest reading, just the way we did on the female. Are we together? Yes. Now the tape as well should lap on the back shoulder blade. This shoulder blade is part of the chest. The tape will not be lapping, let's say, down this way, and you're taking the chest measurement. It's wrong. The tape will lap on the shoulder blade and then back to the front. Are we together? Yeah. Fine. So side. For every man making female clothes, when measuring, stay by the side, so that you will not inconvenience your customer by running your hands across his or her chest or bust. Are we together? Yeah. Fine. So now, take your tape and then pass it underneath the armpit this way. It must lap on the armpit here, then lap on the shoulder blade at the back. Then you tighten it on the chest region. Now this tape will rest firmly on his chest. The hands will be down. Now you are going to first of all get the exact body size this way before you now open the tape. Be in mind that exact fitting, you will now add what they call ease allowance. Ease allowance means for you to be able to wear the clothes without much stress. Are we together?
Yeah.
Fine. But on female, you don't need to add the ease because they have zip at the back. Are we together?
Yes.
Now, from the 39.5 inch I have, I will add extra 2 or 2.5 for a fitted measurement. Are we together?
Yes.
Fine. So now from here, I will put the tape this way to like 41, 42 for his chest. So 42 or 41.5 will be his chest reading. I will now write it down 41 and in line. Some people do have tummy. And some clothes, if you don't cross-check their tummy, it gets tight on the tummy. And they look like a pregnant man because the cloth was too tight on their tummy. For example, my kind of body size, chest 42 and maybe 43 or 44 for the tummy. Are we together?
Yeah.
Are we together?
Yes.
Fine. The chest is done.
Yeah.
Any confusion?
No.
Now, stay at the back. You might want to turn your mouth and your mouth will kiss his mouth. So now go marry immediately. So always stay behind to take the shoulder measurement. So now the shoulder is from this bone here on the bottom of the sleeve on the customer across to this point. Now watch how I place my tape. The shoulder is this way, from here this way, and not like this. The shoulder must touch the neck region and stop at this point. That's the full shoulder. Therefore, the half back means from the center of the neck, half of the distance here is the half back. Either you measure half back this way and then fine. Now, why didn't I just write shoulder, neck, top length, and then sleeve length? The reason is because if I measured his chest and measure shoulder, for example, and then go to neck or go to top length and then come back to measure sleeve length, I will forget where I stopped. If I had measured the chest, measured shoulder, then skip sleeve length, which was written next after shoulder, and then measure neck, measure top length, and then come back to measure sleeve length, I will forget where I stopped on the shoulder. Now, the trick to read is you must measure the shoulder after the chest and shoulder. Wherever your shoulder ended, hold it there, push your tape here, start from there and take sleeve length. So there won't be any error from here. Are we together?
Yes.
Fine. And then tighten it on the body this way. Like I said, just something. So like I said, any guy measuring a lady should read from the side, please. Hello, please, 5 minutes time will be done, please. I'm rushing.
Yes,
The boss is 38. So any guy taking female measurement, please stay by the side. Don't stay in front so that you don't be rubbing your hand across her body, right? Fine. So stay by the side and take the reading. So the boss is 38. Now the next after the boss is under boss, you measure underneath the boss this way. The tape will compress the cloth, not the skin. So you know the exact under boss you have. So the under boss is 30. Are we together?
Yes.
Now the next is the shape. That's the navel, the tummy, right?
Yes.
Now you see here, right?
Yes.
Now her waist is 33.5. The next is the hip. Now, do you know that there's a difference between hip and buttocks? Hip is the side bulge. Buttocks is the back bulge. So the hip measurement must touch the hip and the buttocks in a circular form. So the tape must come across the side bulge, which is here, and also touch the buttocks region. Are we together? Yes. So the hip is for, if I measure the ladies here, I will have more 16, 15.5, right? Let's
Yes.
check.
Yes.
Now her shoulder from here is giving me 16. If I measure everybody here now, I will have only few of 16.5, 17, but more of 15.5, 16. Are we together?
Yes.
So her shoulder is 16. Now after the shoulder measurement, you have the sleeve. The sleeve can be as well short sleeve, 3/4 or long. Are we together? Now you have the round sleeve. The same way you measure the female round sleeve, you measure as hold it there until you finish the whole reading of the shoulder to bust. Because you might shift it and go down or come high. The measurements will change. So once you have bust 14.5, shoulder to shape 17.5, and shoulder to hip, you get the hip point and read it to be 25 or 26. Are we there? they measure the gown length, either knee level or full length. Now, whenever you're measuring a full length gown, you should cover a bit of the high heel. So you ask her, how high is the heel? She will say, not too much.